The year 2020 will forever be remembered as the year the world stopped. A global pandemic shut down entire economies. Cities turned into ghost towns. And the unthinkable happened. Professional sports vanished. The NBA, just months away from the playoffs, suspended its season. Players were pulled off the floor mid-game. Arenas emptied. And basketball fans were left with nothing but uncertainty. For weeks, there were no games, no highlights, no post-game interviews, just silence. And in that silence, a question echoed. Would we ever see the season finish? Enter the NBA bubble? What seemed like a wild idea turned into one of the most ambitious undertakings in sports history. A $190 million bubble environment built inside Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. The league created a fully quarantined campus complete with 3 arenas, team hotels, strict daily COVID testing, color-coded wristbands, and a surveillance system to make sure no one stepped out of bounds, literally or figuratively. 22 teams, over 340 players, 0 fans. At the time, it felt weird, office sterile. Critics mocked it, some said it wouldn't last, others insisted the games would feel fake like summer scrimmages. But what happened inside the bubble wasn't fake. It was the purest, rawest form of basketball we've ever seen. Because without fans, without travel, without distractions, the only thing left was the game. And what a game it became. The 2020 NBA bubble wasn't just a sports solution. It was a pressure cooker for greatness. Every player was on equal footing. No home court advantage. No crowd momentum. Just talent, grit, and mental toughness. Every shot echoed. Every step counted. And for some players, that atmosphere brought out the best basketball of their lives. Take Jimmy Butler. Before the bubble, he was respected but rarely mentioned among the elite. That changed in Orlando. Jimmy Butler turned into a monster. He led a 5th-seeded Miami Heat team through the East with relentless defense, clutch buckets, and old-school toughness. He took down the MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the top-seeded Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games. Then he led his team all the way to the finals against the Lakers. In Game 5, with Miami on the brink of elimination, Butler played 47 minutes and dropped 35 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. He gave everything. By the final whistle, he literally collapsed on the scorer's table, exhausted, drenched in sweat, emptied out. That image? It wasn't just iconic, it was heroic. And he wasn't the only one to rise. Jamal Murray became a household name in the bubble. The Nuggets guard put on a playoff performance for the ages. In his first-round duel with Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz, Murray dropped back-to-back 50-point games, averaging over 31 points per game and shooting 55% from the floor. He led Denver from a 3-1 deficit to victory, then did it again against the Clippers, taking down Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and a team that was supposed to be title-bound. Murray's run was electric. He wasn't just hitting shots, he was rewriting the moment. Clutch threes, step backs, acrobatic finishes, pure heart. He elevated from nice young player to legit superstar right in front of our eyes. Meanwhile, a 21-year-old Luka Doncic announced his arrival on the world stage with one of the coldest playoff moments in recent memory. In Game 4 against the Clippers, Luka hit a step-back, buzzer-beating 3 to seal the win, capping off a 43-point, 17-rebound, 13-assist performance. In only his second season, he looked like a seasoned killer. No fans, no pressure, just greatness. Then there was Dame time. Damian Lillard lit up the bubble like a fireworks show. He dropped 61 on the Mavericks, then averaged over 37 points during the seeding games, willing Portland into the playoffs. He hit logo threes like layups, took over entire fourth quarters. He was so dominant, the league created a brand new award, Bubble MVP, and gave it to him. Even the Phoenix Suns, a team with no shot at the playoffs, caught fire in the bubble. Led by Devin Booker, they went 8-0 in the seeding games, Booker hitting a jaw-dropping fadeaway game winner over Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. It wasn't enough to make the postseason, but it lit a spark that would carry them all the way to the finals the following year. And of course, the story wouldn't be complete without the Lakers. Led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the Lakers powered their way through every opponent. LeBron, in his 17th season, averaged 27.6 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 8.8 assists in the finals. A D dominated both ends. The team gelled. No distractions, no excuses. LeBron walked away with his 4th Finals MVP on his 3rd team, further cementing his GOAT resume. But this wasn't just about individual greatness. This was about focus, resilience, and execution in the most mentally challenging environment the league had ever seen. Because the bubble wasn't just physically demanding, it was emotionally exhausting. Players were locked in for over 100 days, isolated from their families, living in the same hotels, eating the same meals, walking the same campus every day. It was Groundhog Day with a basketball twist. And the mental strain? It was real. Paul George admitted publicly that he struggled with anxiety and depression in the bubble. Other players described the experience as draining, claustrophobic, and lonely. And yet, the level of basketball never dropped. In fact, it might have gone up. But the bubble's impact went beyond the court. Because in 2020, basketball became a vehicle for protest. Black Lives Matter was printed on the hardwood. Players wore jerseys with messages like "Say her name," "Enough," and "Equality." Press conferences became platforms. Post-game interviews became protests. For the first time in NBA history, activism wasn't a sideshow. It was center stage. And let's not forget, the basketball was elite. The drama was real. The moments? Legendary. Jimmy's collapse, Jamal's eruption, Luka's buzzer beater, Dame's dominance, LeBron's legacy, Phoenix's spark, and the NBA's collective stand for justice. It wasn't just a season, it was a statement. So the next time someone tells you the bubble didn't count, remind them what really happened. Remind them of the sacrifice, the silence, the pressure, the purpose. Because the 2020 NBA bubble wasn't just better than you remember, it was one of the most powerful, raw, and unforgettable chapters in basketball history, and it might never be replicated again.